Board games can get expensive, and in this video we're going to talk about some of the most affordable board games in our collection, not just based on price, but also on replayability and what they offer to the players. My name's Ryan.
I'm Erin.
And we're from One Board Family. We want to help you find your next favorite game. So let's jump into our list.
We're going to start out by talking about games that are $20 and under. So first up, we're going to talk about CDSK. This is the travel version, and we actually just played this at a party that we went to last week. The cool thing about this game is that everything is in one box, and it rolls right out, and you have all the trivia questions and the dry erase marker to go with it.
That's right. This game is very affordable because of the replayability and the number of players that it supports. This game easily supports whether you have 4 players or whether you have 20 players. You can play on teams and then try to come up with the answer. Each of the cards has a do you know this based on a number from 1 to 10, with 1 being the easiest trivia question, almost like no-brainer, and then the 10 being ultra hard. You've got to know a lot about that topic.
And there's a lot of talking and interacting because we had about 12 people, so we split up into teams of 2, 6 teams, and I was partnered with someone that I know but I don't know well, so we had to work together to figure out how much we knew together, so it was really good.
Some trivia games can be a little pricey, and the knowledge base there, you have to know a lot about the thing. This is a very accessible travel version of CDSK, which is also sold by Hachette Games and I think Randolph. Randolph. This is a great game, under 20 bucks, plays a lot of players, and because of the 1 to 10 guideline, you're not going to exhaust the cards that quickly.
That's right, and you can play as young as kids, as old as 100 years old. So
that's right. So next up.
Next up, we have our tried and true Skull King. We've talked about this game before. We never ever get tired of it. It plays lots of people. It's fun and fast paced, and you're bidding on how many tricks you think you're going to win.
This is a trick that supports a lot of players, and what's fun about this is that you can kind of add in the level of difficulty that you want. If you just want to play with the cards and the Jolly Roger suit, and that's fine, then you can add in the White Whale, you can add in the Kraken, you can add in the pirate abilities. So this scales really well, and you're not going to get tired of it because it's not just one layer.
We vary it depending on the people that we're playing with. We play with people who have played it a long time, we'll do the harder cards, but if we're introducing somebody to the game, we'll just stay with the base level.
That's right. And for 20 bucks, lots of replayability, and it supports a high player count.
Okay, next up we have a favorite. This is Tacta. This also plays a large number of people, and you can play on teams with this, which I like to do sometimes, but not all the time.
Not with me, though.
So you are covering up other people's cards to try to get the most dots in your color showing at the end of the game.
That's right. Tacta comes with multiple variants in the book, and I mentioned in the review of Tacta a couple months ago that there are actually more variants coming from the designer and other people on the team over at the op. Tacta is really fun, and because of team variants and speed variants, like real-time play variants, this plays not only a lot of players, but also you can play it differently. If you get tired of the regular game, you play a speed round. You play, if you need a quick game, you can take out a suit of cards for each color. It's really, really accessible, and for 20 bucks, you get a lot of game in this
And I think
box.
what we're really talking about here is investment, because yes, you're going to spend some money. These games aren't that expensive, but the replayability and the variability that come along with these games have been in our collection for a while now, and they do keep coming back out, and they're tried and true. So really, this is investment that we're talking about.
That's right.
The next game is from Kids Table Board Gaming. This is Capybaras. And this is a fun, if you like the coffee vibe or coffee shop vibe, this is a really fun game to play.
Yeah, this one is an economic game. Yeah. I think replayability, this is probably the lightest on this list of $20 and under games. But where you find the replayability is some of the goal cards that you can use when playing. You can even, if you wanted to, extend the game or shorten the game by changing the end game goal.
Yeah.
It's really cool because it plays up to 4 players, but it's an accessible game for both kids and adults that is is a lot of fun to play.
And it can be fairly challenging for adults as well because you have certain goals you want to meet. So
Absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. Yep.
So all of these games are $20 and under. Some of them, when found on sale, can even be cheaper than that.
They are often on sale.
Yes. So be sure to check out any of these 4 great games under $20 to get a lot of gaming for your buck. In this next category, all of these games are under $30 for MSRP, but we want to let you know that most of these can be found on sale, $25 or even $20, but we want to stay true to the price point.
MSRP.
Yeah. So let's talk about the first one.
All right. One of Ryan's favorites is Doomlings.
I love Doomlings.
The cards in here are hilarious. It's a really fun play. And this is the base game, so we want to make sure you know that this is the base game, and this is the under $30 mark. But the cool thing is, as time goes on and you want to add to it, you can purchase packs to add to this.
Everything you have, everything that you need to play the game for up to 6 players is in this box. It's a great buy because even if you don't feel like buying the expansions, you get a lot of gameplay in this box. You've got ages, and what people are doing is trying to collect traits. There's some take that that's involved in this one, and players are going to be stealing traits from other players and trying to be underhanded with their gameplay. If you like a good family card game, Doomlings is a great buy and is often around $20 or even lower, especially during the holidays.
Okay, next up we have Tapple, which Ryan and I have done several shorts on the channel with Tapple because it's a lot of fun. Teenagers really love this game too, but the neat thing about it is you can use any topic that you want, any topic, and you are trying to think of words that go along with that topic that start with the letters on here, so you're timed and you'll hit the letter and say the word.
Yep. And even though this game comes with just a handful of cards, which are nicely fit in the bottom of this thing, there are tons of cards in there. But I think where the replayability comes in with this game is you're able to just go off the cuff. Okay, if we're around Christmas time, let's talk about holiday movies. Let's talk about Christmas treats. Let's talk about, decades of different things. This game is very replayable because you don't have to just go off the cards. You can come up with your own. You can come
Which
up
our
with
teenagers like to do.
Family topics. Kind of like a family trivia day or something like that. You can build this around your family, and it's a lot of fun to play. It's a speed game. It's a word game. It's hilarious.
It's one of those that when you finish, you want to play it again and again.
Absolutely.
So, Okay, I love Rebel Princess. This is a trick-taking game. You are wanting to not be proposed to, basically. So it's kind of the opposite of the regular princess. That's why it's called Rebel Princess. But it's a trick-taking game where you are not wanting to win the tricks that have cards in them that will deduct from your points.
So the prince suit, you don't want to win any of those. But what's really cool about this game and makes it really replayable is that each of the games you're going to play, you roll out 5 different goals, basically, for that round. So each game is going to be 5 different round types, and there's enough cards in there to keep the game fresh. You can take out the ones that you don't like as much. You can put in different ones, difficult scoring, things that are going to require a little more mental capacity to
that's
play.
true. You get to choose what you want to put in there, and it sort of helps you to shift the game in a way that's fun and exciting.
And it's not always just, don't take this trick, don't take this trick. There are options to take fairy godmother tricks so that you can gain points, or maybe the queen, the red queen. When you take those, now those are negatives for that round only.
And actually, all the ones that you take are actually positive points, but you don't want those positive points. You don't want the proposals. You don't want the positive points. You want to stay as close to 0 as possible.
That's right.
And that's how you would win.
This is the deluxe edition. This is the one that's around $30 MSRP, but there is a standard edition, which we haven't been able to find as often lately, but I know it exists, and it's lower price. Also, this edition, I think I bought this for you last year. It was around $18 for the deluxe edition, and we have played this game a ton.
And you could probably find it on sale somewhere.
That's right.
Soon. So we've had Sushi Go Party for probably at least 10 years, I want to
A
say.
long time.
Since before we
week
moved
it
into the
came
house
out.
right now. Yeah, the week it came out. We've had Sushi Go Party since then. And this is a pick and pass game. It's a fun game to introduce new gamers to and younger gamers to. And some of it is set collection. It's just got all different kinds of variability in it.
What's cool about Sushi Go Party versus the normal Sushi Go is that you actually create a menu for that game. So you'll play 3 rounds of that game, but the menu can be various things. You can put maki rolls in there, and you can put different desserts. You have like 4 or 5 different dessert types. You've got soy sauce. You've got all these different scoring criteria, and you can make the game more difficult or a little easier based on who's playing the game, and it supports up to 8 players. So this is an endlessly replayable game because you can create your own menus each and every time you play the game.
And one thing that I really like is sometimes when we're playing with new gamers, Ryan will usually be the one to create the menu, and he's really good about picking like some of the easier stuff if we're just starting off with people.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is a great value, and sometimes this goes on sale $22, $24. We've seen it under 20 at times, but for under $25, honestly,
that's a great value.
Sushi Go Party is fantastic. In our next category, we're talking about games that are $60 and under. Yes, I know this is an affordable games video, but the reason why we included these, because sometimes you're buying a gift for a family or you're spending a little more, and these are affordable based on how replayable they are.
And I will say that sometimes, you just don't have that kind of money to spend. You really don't. But if you do, these are games, again, that are a good investment because you will be playing them for years to come.
Yep. This is Century Golem Edition. This one is a really nice premium edition. This game often can be found for around $35. It is a great game. I think I purchased this around $25. So you'll find it on sale throughout the year, not just around the holidays. This game is an engine builder where players are starting out with the same cards, and then they're drafting cards from the center and paying with gems, and then collecting gems and upgrading those gems in order to purchase golems, which give you endgame victory points. The game is really replayable because everything's going to come out at different paces, and you're going to have different strategies going into each game. Century Golem Edition can also be merged with Century, I think, East, Western, there are others in the series that can be merged with. So if you have some of the other games, this is something that can actually be merged with a different game.
This just happens to be our favorite one. I love the art on it. I love the colorful gems. I love trying to obtain the gems that I need to purchase the golems. Like, I'm really bad at the game. I'm not good, but it's a game you want to play over and over again.
We play this one all the time. Next up is the second edition of Parks. Parks is a game that we've had in our collection for a long time. We were Kickstarter backers on the original Parks game. This is second edition from Keymaster Games. The reason why this one is a $60 game. Right now, during the holidays, it is on sale for, I think, $49 or maybe just a little lower than that. But this game is really replayable because they've streamlined some of the rules in their original game, and they've also included multiple expansions in Parks Second Edition. So you're not just getting Parks, you're getting Parks plus 2 expansions in the box. And not only is everything premium and the artwork's beautiful, the game just shines on the table. Players are trying to, they're hiking the trail, collecting resources, turning in those resources to get park cards, and then those park cards are scoring them points.
If you're a fan of nature, or you have friends or family who love nature, who love going around and visiting different state parks and national parks, you'll really want this game. There are great facts on the cards about the parks, and that's always super interesting to me.
Yep, this one's a great buy for anybody who loves nature, and a great buy because of all the content that is in this copy of the game. Next up is Heat.
You love Heat.
Pedal to the Metal. This was a Christmas gift from you, actually, 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
The year it came out, Heat was very, very difficult to find. This is a $60 game that is often $50 on a lot of websites or when you find it in stores. This is from Days of Wonder. This is a racing game where players are building a deck of cards and using that deck of cards in order to race their car, trying not to burn out their engine and crash. The game comes with expansions and different variants on play in the box. You don't have to get expansions, even though there are 2 great expansions, Tunnel Vision and Heavy Rain.
And the expansions are different tracks, right?
Different tracks,
yeah.
Yep. But there are multiple tracks in this box, along with expansions where you can use a pass and draft situation where you can build up your car and take different garage pieces. There's a lot of different ways to play, and it's all included in one box. So when you pay $50 or $60, you're not only getting the base game, but different ways to play, variants that are going to make the game kind of expand as you get used to the gameplay.
Yeah, and it's fun too because there is a little bit of pressure, because you don't want to slow. You want to kind of keep a good speed so that you can come out ahead, but at the same time, you have to slow down to go around those curves and obstacles. And it's funny and sad watching people like burn out or crash or whatever partway through the game because they really do take some damage that way. But it's a really fun and interactive game that we enjoy.
Absolutely. And last but not least is Quest for El Dorado. If I were to start a board game collection from scratch, this would be my first buy. This is a deck building game, which is all about racing to the finish line. People are trying to get to the end point of El Dorado as quickly as possible. This game is really replayable because it's a deck builder. You're going to try different strategies based on the map structure, and the maps are all modular. You can take different pieces. They're double-sided. You're going to be able to take those pieces, build your own map, or take any of the suggestions from the rulebook, or go to Board Game Geek and see what other maps people have created. This game does have expansions, but I honestly believe that this game by itself, for the price point of it's under $40, sometimes you can find it as low as $25. Yeah. This game, Quest for El Dorado, is a fantastic buy, and kids and adults will be able to play this game.
Right.
It is in the under 60 category because it doesn't fit. It's not always under $30.
Right.
But honestly, you can find this for $25 if you hunt around for it.
And I love that it merges deck building and racing, because in your deck building, you get to choose the cards you want to put in there to help you, navigate the board. But then, of course, you have obstacles and other players in your way.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you get to the end point of El Dorado, the game is going to come to a close at the end of that round. But players, even though it's a racing game where you're trying to get there first, there's a tiebreaker with whoever has crossed the most lines and receive those little squiggly things. Yeah. But anyway, Quest for El Dorado, fantastic buy. If you're buying for somebody this holiday season, this one is a great purchase. This is obviously not an exhaustive list, but it is a list of games in our collection that hit the table very often. And from our experience, they are great purchases for the price.
Well, many of these games, some of the reason that we pick some of these games is because they're tried and true. We've had them for many years. We love them and we keep going back to them, and we do not regret the amount of money that we spent on them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So these are some of ours. If you have an affordable game option, we would love to hear your suggestions. Go down to the comments below and give your suggestions, because people are shopping for the holidays and they want to know great games that they can purchase. And if you're looking for other purchasing options, you can head over to oneboardfamily.com. We've got our 2025 Holiday Buyer's Guide. This is an annual guide that we put out every year, talking about stocking stuffers, family games, strategy games, and everything in between that people will enjoy purchasing for people in their life. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. And until next time, we'll see you at the table.